Hello. Hi, everyone. Okay, today I'm going to go over the midterm reports. So what we are expecting from your midterm report and your overall project, team projects for this semester. And after that, we are going to start second stage of our course. So first of all, for our midterm report, what we actually ideally would expect is about 70% complete final paper. So, for example, we would like to have more concrete ideas and hypotheses that you guys want to test with this project. So, for example, what is the novelty you are going to add to tackle some problem? Or what hypothesis you have and how you're going to test it. So if successful, these hypotheses will be your main thesis of the paper. And draft implementation of the proposed idea and the initial experimental results. It may not be complete, so the model may be changed or modified later, or it can be more tuned or add some more ideas later, but some working solution of the proposed idea, even though it's not perfect yet. And also, you may implement some baselines that you're going to compare against. So almost full list of baselines that you're going to compare. And some of those are already actually implemented, and you can actually compare the results on those models. So these are the three main components that I would like to see in the midterm report. And each team may have different bottlenecks. For example, some teams may be interested in creating their own data sets, and that part will take actually longer than other teams. For example, compared to some other projects using some standard evaluation method, then they already have the data set ready. So in such a case, you may need spend some more time for data set preparation. So implementation may be not ready by the end of the midterm. But in that case, actually, you will need less time for experimentation because you're going to use only the existing models, for example. So each team has different bottlenecks. So I will consider that as one of the vector to grade. So ideally, if you have all of these like 70% ready, then that's the kind of perfect midterm reports. In reality, I know that it's usually not happens, and your report may be lack in some of these, hopefully not all of them. So you may also summarize what is lacking or missing, and what is your plan to compensate it for the final report. So for example, if you found the proposed idea is not feasible or is not working on some small data set, maybe you can propose some other ideas to tackle it, and you may scope the problem a little bit down, or collect more data, or testing on some other data sets or something like that. So you can propose some other ways to adjust that. That's always happen when you conduct research. So don't worry about that. It doesn't mean that you're going to fail. And if you found that set, for example, the data set is not appropriate, maybe you can look for some another data set, or you can create your own data set. You can always change your plan to make it work. And remember, your research plan changes all the time. So that's what I want to say here. If you have some very detailed plan, and if that's working perfectly well in the first try, then usually that's not happen. It's really, that means usually you were really, really lucky. And otherwise, you usually fail on some ideas or some part of the pipeline. And then you have to fix your hypothesis, or change the code or data set or experimentation plans, everything. And that's usual. So yeah, I would say that that's usual and expected. So don't be disappointed, even though some of those will delay your schedule or make you have to change the direction. So here, I'd like to ask you to create some Google Doc with all of your members. And if you add me, and if you comment something to me, then I will go to there and read and comments and try to help you. So this is optional. Last semester, I actually made this as kind of default, and required, but I'd like to give you more flexibility. So you may choose the Google Doc or some other tools, but if you want some feedback from me or from the TAs, you can always contact us and we are going to discuss with you. One thing I'd like to mention is I'm not an expert in all the topics that you guys proposed. So for most of topics, actually, I'm not an expert. I'm just, I know just general things about those topics, and I may not be the best person to discuss with you, but I'll try my best to catch up the main ideas and main problems, and I'll try to propose what you can do. But basically, that will be just a discussion. I'm not giving you the answer because I don't know the answer for most of the projects. And what is this? Actually, you can always come to me to discuss, or actually you can discuss with any person. If your own advisor is the expert, you can talk to him or her. Or if you know someone outside of SNU or anyone, it's fine. You can ask or discuss with them if you'd like to. And start early. Actually, you have to start now because 2 months is quite short to complete a research project and a paper. So last semester, you probably have already seen that all the lists in the websites. All the teams did a really great job. No team failed. Actually, all of them submitted quite high quality paper reports. So I would like to expect the same thing this semester. So please start early and fail early. If you fail later, then you don't have any time to recover from it. But if you fail early, then you can always discuss to scope it down or change the direction, or you can do all the things. So here's what typical error that I see from some failing teams. So at the beginning, you have just one meeting with all the members and allocate some works, and then you don't meet until the deadline. And a few days before the deadline, you just meet to combine those. And some of those members are busy and they don't come, and they have done nothing. And then you guys are in trouble, right? I really don't want to make that happen. Please talk to your members as soon as possible. Discuss weekly. I would like to suggest weekly meeting. So every week you guys meet and discuss and assign the work. And if someone failed something, then you have to solve that together as early as possible. So this is kind of research project. So you don't expect that everything will go smoothly. So please start early and keep the entire schedule as tight as possible. So what I would like to expect from your midterm report is 50 to 70% complete of the final paper. So in the CVPR papers, which will be part of your actual final report. So for example, you may complete the introduction part and related works because these are already the part of the proposal and the very beginning work of your project. And the method section, if you have the hypothesis and if you already coded them and know that that's actually working, then you may write that method section with tentative solution. And the experiment part, you may write some experimentation plan, even though you already didn't complete the experimentation yet. But you can still write the experimental setting and some incomplete results with some empty tables. That should be fine. And one temporary section to describe what's missing and what's your plan for the next, the final report. So what you're going to do during the last months in the temporary section. And this part will not be the part of the final report, only this section. And I strongly recommend using the LaTeX and actual format of the CVPR because that will reduce your workload in the final report. Even though for this one, I will still grade, even though it's not in CVPR format, and it will not be degraded if you just still use your own format and in other format. But I strongly recommend to write in CVPR from now on. And here, yeah, I mentioned that until the midterm report, you can write in Korean, but I would like to actually strongly encourage you to use English because the final report should be in English in CBPR format. So if you write in Korean for this time, it's okay. I will still grade it, but you need to translate to English in the final report. So which will be a lot of work. And you basically write the same thing twice, which is a waste of time. So I'd like to ask you to actually write in English for this midterm report as well. Okay? I think this is the last slide. So any question about the projects or midterm reports? No one? Sounds good for everyone? Okay. It seems no one has any questions. So let me stop here.